Divorce can be a very traumatizing thing, not just for the parents, but for the children as well. There are many problems that can come about when parents are in the midst of a divorce and a child is involved. Oftentimes it will be the weakening of the bonds of the family, the added the relationship problems they would have in the future. So we're not talking just now, we're talking future tense too. And their behavioral problems that might come about from seeing what ranges from arguments to physical fights. Now, in the weakening of the bonds, according to marriage and religion research, the bonds between family and child are affected by divorce. The most affected is probably the mothers because they are not able to emotionally support their child like they would be able to with two people instead of just the one. So oftentimes the child will feel kind of alone and they won't have as much like support that they need. They won't have it. They won't have the support that they need. The the father's bond weakens because oftentimes the father is not around as much. About 50% of the time, children reported not seeing their non-residential father more than a few times a year for special events and maybe just visits, holidays. And another bond that is affected by this is the grandparents' bond. Now, if the father is to move out, then the child will not get to create a bond or their bond with their grandparents from that side of the family will weaken and it puts strain on them and strain on the grandparents to try to reconnect. According to helpguide.org, children who went through divorce are more commonly not to commit to relationships. This is very gender specific because boys and girls do react differently to this. Boys will tend to have intimacy issues because they don't have the father figure there to teach them these like traits and skills that they'll need outside of the family. And boys are more common to show violent tendencies than girls because of their testosterone. It's just, and sometimes the violence isn't like physical, it is just maybe verbal. It doesn't always have to be physical. Girls will feel more of a want for love, and yet they'll have an inability to commit because of their trust issues. They will not trust their partner to be with them forever, and or whatever period of time they want to be with them. Excuse me. And that is according to Maripedia. According to parent-provider partnership, the parent should argue away from the child because it will not expose them to that kind of conflict. It is not good for a child to witness that kind of conflict. It will affect their future relations with other people. And finally, they will have, attitude changes. And it's not bad for them to have behavioral changes at the beginning, but because of their because of their lack of having the two parents around and just one and maybe what they've witnessed during it, they will take it different and it might follow them. They might have pent up anger and aggression and repressed feelings about what happened. According to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, if a child takes divorce roughly, they may start to exhibit abnormal behaviors. Like I said, this is not bad in the beginning, but towards their adolescent days, this is still going on, and the divorce happened when they were young. They might want to go they might seek therapy or help or something to help them work out these problems that they have. These things And like as for abnormal behavior, children are very impressionable as to what they see and what goes on. And they can't like differentiate from bad and good yet. It's just if you see your mother arguing with your father or your father arguing with your mother, you might think that it might be normal, as where any adult person would know that that's not normal, that's not healthy. A child might think, oh, that's how this works. No, it's not. But divorce is a very traumatizing thing. And it does negatively affect children, but there are ways to lightly, like gently, ease them into the idea of divorce. And you might need to have them seek help. You might need to talk to them. Don't push them away because then they. But there are ways to healthily take care of divorce.